Hello, my beautiful feather tribe. Welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen and I'm an empath as well as an intuitive tarot reader here on YouTube. So we are doing something different today. I felt the need to deliver a collective message for a change. So there are no piles to choose from. There are no intuitive nudges to get. This is just me delivering a message for the collective. So all of you here watching this reading, hopefully something in this message will resonate for you that you can take with you, apply as needed in your own life, in your own circumstances at this time. And hopefully from those insights that come through this reading, your sort of circumstances or your overall feeling about your life can somehow improve, or you can do something with these messages, something constructive, something helpful. So yeah, I guess that's really it. If nothing really resonates for you, or you just don't like the sound of these messages, that's fine. You can tune out, you can go and watch some other amazing tarot readers and then come back some other time where maybe then you will have some messages over here that, you know, speak more to you. But this is what we're doing today, and yeah, I'm just the messenger, okay? So take what resonates, leave the rest. You all know this is a general reading, so that's that. But let's get straight into the oracle cards and dive into what the divine has to say to us right now. So let's see. Okay, we are starting off with baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. We also have number 27, Pluto, rebirth. We have number 2, beloved, radical acceptance. Oops. We have number 15, cow spirit, the miracles are endless. And we have number 6 with bond, and another heart symbolism here too, or symbology. Okay. So I feel like what the universe is trying to drive home for us right now is that we are in some pretty unsteady times, and therefore a lot of blind faith and trust is required of us. And the reason for that is that I feel like the universe is doing some course correction or some sort of alignment that goes over our heads a bit. There are so many aspects of these changes that are happening globally and that are also happening in all of our individual lives that we can't fully comprehend, that we can't understand, that we can't control. And therefore, there may be a lot of areas of life for a lot of us that feel like they are out of our control, that we don't have a lot of say in. Things just seem to happen at their own accord. And sometimes we may be in quite a few surprises, or there may be some pretty radical, unexpected situations that happen. And I feel like a lot of those unexpected situations, a lot of those shifts may actually involve some sort of destruction. And I feel that mainly with this Pluto rebirth, and even with this beloved card too, because I'm looking at these flames and they seem to, for some reason, it feels destructive to me. And I know that the word itself sounds a bit scary, and it may be a bit like off-putting for a lot of us, but I actually feel like it's a good destructive, if that makes sense, because it's breaking down the things that are sort of holding us in place, that are constricting us, that are walling us in, and that are keeping us from elevating to higher levels. Like, I feel like the design of this card, this baby steps card, is actually quite brilliant in that sense, because I don't know if how well you'll be able to see it. I feel like this whole road that is leading to this archway, that is leading to this portal to a more sort of uplifted, to a more aligned, a more spiritual, a more high vibrational place, the path itself looks kind of dreary and looks kind of scary, and like there isn't too much support. Like, you know, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of uncertainty, there isn't a lot of reassurance. So that's why this card is saying follow your intuition before it makes sense. Because I feel like that's really the only way that we can be in control right now, just by tapping into our own sort of little divine awareness, our own portals of divine information that we all can access, regardless of how like spiritual you are, or, you know, all of that. We all have access to divine insight and divine wisdom, which is through our intuition, through our gut feelings. And I feel like the more in tune with yourself that you are, the more in tune with nature and spirit, the more in tune with spirituality you are, the easier it is for you to understand those messages and to hear those messages. So it's really up to you, and how much you are willing to build that connection up so that it would be easier to go through these uncertain times. But I do feel like that sort of access point is crucial for us right now. But all in all, as I said, I feel like this destruction that is happening is so good. In the end, it's all going to be worth it, especially with this cow spirit, and the miracles are endless. This feels to me like we are in for a lot better times. Things are actually improving. Again, even if we can't make sense of it right now, even if it doesn't seem like that right now, even if we are in the process at this time of like still burning some old energy and some old residual paradigms, even as we are in the process of that, things are still ultimately working and progressing towards something better, a better future, a better way of living. And so I feel like with this bond card too, the easiest way to go through this time, as I said, is connecting to the divine, is connecting to whoever you believe in, whoever you have faith in, and also to seek support, again, from those spiritual sources that you connect with, or even just from your closest relationships, your most intimate, most loving, most appreciative, most aligned relationships in your life. Connecting with the people who truly uplift you, connecting with the people who make you feel good, who make you want to be better, who make you want to be the best possible version of yourself, or simply just immersing yourself in those types of activities that make you feel good, that bring you some sort of confidence, or that elevate your sense of confidence, that elevate your sense of security and happiness and joy and fulfillment. Really focusing on those. And I feel like it's no coincidence that we are getting two cards that specifically depict the heart. So I feel like the element of feeling good, feeling secure, feeling loved, feeling supported is key in all of these changes and shifts that we are happening. Finding the good, finding the abundant, even in everything that is happening at this time. And I feel like what each and every one of us can do to really support this uplifting, the energy or the vibration of this planet, and going through this rebirth that we are all collectively in, what all of us can do is really put most of our energy and our focus on things that feel right for us, to stop feeding energy into situations, into relationships, into careers and responsibilities and commitments that don't actually nurture us, that don't fulfill us, that, you know, make us feel drained, that make us feel exhausted, that make us feel sad, depleted, all of those more heavy things. And by focusing on the things that truly do make us feel good, that that make us want to keep moving, that make us want to keep pushing and working on these things. Again, it doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship or a person that keeps you going. It could also be a hobby or a pastime, something that you enjoy doing, something that you enjoy expressing your creativity through. Whatever it is, whatever that you feel makes you feel good, whatever you feel that your body is calling you to do or make time for, those are the things that we can really put our energy and focus into. And that way we are also elevating or helping to elevate the planet and helping to go through this rebirth process more quickly, more smoothly. So that's the main energy, the main message that I feel that the universe wants to give us at this time. But let's look at a few tarot cards too, to get a better and more clear understanding of what the universe wants us to focus on and what the universe wants us to surrender. So let's start with the focus. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, see, so that's exactly what I was talking about before. The King of Cups being the center card here, I feel like, again, we get this heart-centered focus here. The King of Cups is a card of Scorpio, but it is very much about being happy, fulfilled, and content within yourself, within your emotions. And regardless of the things that are happening around him, the King of Cups is always centered, always peaceful, always able to find a sense of meaning, find a sense of joy within themselves, within their heart space. Again, I feel like focusing on those things that bring you that sensation, that bring you those emotions, that is really what is going to help all of us get through this period. And especially with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like it's very important to try to eradicate or try to release and separate yourself from as many things, activities, influences, people, circumstances that make you feel like shit, basically, that make you feel bad about yourself, bad about your life, that make you feel like you're not abundant, like you don't have enough, like you are not enough. You know, I feel like it's super important to cut those things out of your life as much as possible and focus on moving towards the things that do bring you actual fulfillment. Again, with the Six of Swords, this is all about leaving behind the things that cause you unnecessary stress, that don't fulfill you, that take away your energy, that take away your health, that take away your drive, that take away your resources. This is all like unnecessary stuff that isn't actually doing anything for you. And that's why this person on the card is leaving it behind. It's a big sacrifice, don't get me wrong. It's not easy by any means to walk away from the life that you know or that you have always known. But in this case, it is necessary. And again, I feel like the destination is one thing that the universe wants us to keep at the forefront of our minds as you are going through these sacrifices, or as you are cutting these things or these people out of your life, or at least separating yourself from some things. I'm not saying that you have to radically change your life, but cutting away as much of the negativity as you can to focus on the good. It's by no means easy, but at the end, when you focus on what you are doing it all for, if you visualize your life as you want it to be in the sort of ideal world and strive towards that, then I feel like it's all worth it. And so that's why it's very, very important to keep working on and keep feeding your energy into the things that truly fulfill you, instead of feeding the things that take away from you but that don't give anything in return. I feel like that's really the main thing that we are rebirthing, or that we are sort of breaking away from, is this like these false constructs, these false promises of happiness, or these false goals that we have been chasing for God knows how many years, that has been part of our society or part of our culture, especially the Western culture, where, you know, the main drive has been to attain as much wealth and abundance in the material sense as possible, to attain as much status and power as possible. And all of those like more superficial things, you know, I feel like we are striving away from that, you know, striving away from meeting everyone else's expectations and living our lives according to other people's expectations, to fully start embracing our own personal journeys, to start embracing the desire to find out what we are here to do, who we really are meant to be, and where life could take us if we follow our own hearts and our own desires instead of what someone else is dictating for us. And that's the main sort of rebirth that I feel that we are going through. So yeah, that's why it's needed, very much necessary, to cut away these things that are keeping us tethered to these old and false constructs. But let's see what the universe wants us to surrender, even though I feel like I have been talking so long already. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So the main sort of most primitive message that I feel from these cards specifically about what the universe wants us to surrender is the thing that I actually just finished talking about, which is chasing the sort of material goods or the material rewards, and thinking that that's where our fulfillment and that's where our sort of happiness comes from. With the Four of Cups in reverse here, this is a clear indication that that is something that is just never going to be enough, that is never going to fill us up. And I'm not saying that, you know, we shouldn't appreciate money, or we shouldn't value money and what it can do for us. I'm definitely not saying that. And it's okay to want to have money. It's okay to want to be financially abundant as well. But I feel like the message here, I want to make it super clear, is that it should never be the sole goal or the sole sort of destination for us to simply attain money. That should not be what we are here to do, what we are here to sort of spend our lives or dedicate our lives to, you know? And I feel like that's one thing that is going to sort of change as we evolve collectively, and as the vibration rises, as we sort of shift paradigms collectively, is that making money and becoming abundant is not going to be as much of a hassle or as much of a struggle than it has been in like these past old paradigms, where we had to work super hard for it, where, you know, the majority of people believed that we had to put a lot of sweat and tears and blood and all of those things into our work, and sort of labor very, very hard so that we could earn our living. I feel like we are moving towards a time where, you know, that material wealth is sort of almost a byproduct of living with, you know, in alignment with your purpose, with your soul, with your mission, and just being happy with what you do, and finding all types of abundance that way. But another message that I feel for you, and it's again, it's something that I kind of already went over previously, but I do feel like it's important to surrender acting out of a place of trying to please someone else or trying to live up to someone else's expectations. Because in the end, I feel like it's never going to make you happy if you ignore what you truly want to do just so you could sort of fit into the dynamic of society or of your family's expectations, of your friends' expectations, of your community's expectations, like things like that. So playing by someone else's rules and sacrificing your own true feelings in the process, your own true needs, your own true wishes, I feel like that's something that we would all really benefit from surrendering and leaving behind. You know, thinking less of how disappointed someone will be if we do or say something that isn't going to make them happy or isn't in alignment with what they want us to do or what they want us to be. Spending less time on that and actually more time on, you know, figuring out what makes us happy and figuring out a way to turn our lives around in that direction, to actually start living in our full purpose and doing what makes us happy. That's really the best way to use our energy, to use our resources. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I feel like that's the main message that the divine wanted to sort of deliver. And I hope that these messages were useful to you right now. But I am going to close this reading out with a few affirmation cards from the universe. So let's see if we can get some positive affirmations to close this reading out. Can you please share some positive affirmations with the collective that would help them right now? Oh, okay. We have giving. Oh my God. I welcome the idea of give and take in my relationships, and I eagerly practice the give part. By giving freely, I discover just how fun giving really is. Giving my time, care, and attention to someone else actually gives me good feelings, which makes me want to give even more. Wait a sec, does this selflessness make me look selfish? Be honest. So yeah, I feel like giving is important, but again, giving in the sense that makes you feel good, you know, not giving just because someone expects you to, or, you know, giving to the point where you start feeling like you don't have enough for yourself, like you feel absolutely depleted and just, you know, fully drained and all of that, what we already talked about before. Not giving to the detriment of yourself, but giving to things that make you feel good with this King of Cups. That's the focus. Investing in the things that truly fulfill your heart and soul. And it also increases this like positive energy circle, or, you know, it keeps that positivity going around and around and around, and creating even more positivity and expanding it in essence. So giving to things that make you feel good, it sort of tends to, you know, make you, as the card says, make you want to give even more. And so it's a win-win, right? But let's see if we can get one more. Can we get one more positive affirmation for the collective, please? Oh my God. Okay. These didn't turn over, so I'm not taking them. And we have pleasure. I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. Then I realize that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. So there you go. It's kind of beautifully sort of taking, no, that's not what I want to say. It's kind of beautifully summing up everything that we were talking about before. And again, putting your focus on the things that make you feel good, right? So I feel like that's what the affirmations are truly saying as well. That's what's really going to help us through this time. And at the bottom of the deck, I'm going to read this too because this is such a sweet card. It's actually one of my favorites in this deck. It says, I'm a catch. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. So there you go. This is a card of just, you know, appreciating yourself, loving yourself, and realizing your own value. So again, you know, putting that at the forefront of everything is truly the key here for this really wacky time that we are in right now. But I guess that's it. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much, dear collective, to everyone who is here, who was watching this message. I really hope that something resonated, something spoke to you, and something helped you in this time. Please let me know if that's the case. You can leave me a comment. You can also give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these like shorter collective messages instead of picker cards. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it. I hope to see you very soon in one of my next readings. But in the meantime, be good to yourself, be good to others, take care of yourself, and hang in there. Take care. Bye-bye.